philosophy, it was started by Dr. Maria Montessori. She discovered that children between birth and 6 don't have the neural pathways developed enough yet to learn abstractly, that they must learn in a concrete, hands-on fashion with manipulatives and sensorial materials so that they truly internalize the concepts. So she created a classroom with hundreds of materials that she personally designed that were all concrete and taught any concept that there was to be learned. So as far as math is concerned, there are some amazing materials that she designed that will teach you algebra in 3 dimensions, even geometry, geography, science, cultural subjects. Everything is designed with a specific 3-dimensional material that teaches them the concept. She felt they need to touch and feel and have an interactive experience. The other thing she felt was that children learn at their own pace. Every child has their own internal program of development, and that as educators we need to follow that natural development and make sure that we remove the obstacles that come in the way and create an environment that is going to facilitate that development in a natural way. In Montessori, you learn a concept and then there is so much else that you get exposed to that the learning becomes far more interesting and in depth. When you are focused on creating that kind of environment, you cannot get out of their way fast enough. They do want to learn. They want to learn what their natural development is steering them towards. And our job as educators, Montessori educators, is to become facilitators and to be present there and jump when you see that the child is going through a sensitive period for a certain concept to learn, that you are present as a catalyst, as a coach, as a guide. But by and large, it is a child-driven, student-driven environment where, as opposed to traditional teaching where the students follow the teachers, in Montessori, the teachers follow the students. It's more about making sure that you have piqued the child's interest, and only then the child may go back and repeat that exercise till he or she feels mastery.
I remember walking in and thinking, wow, these kids are very unique. I mean, there's just, they stand out. And by that, I mean they each stand out. I think there's just this acceptance of the individual differences and a celebration of that. Every child should have the opportunity to succeed before they have that chance to fail.
Wonderful aspect of Montessori is having this mixed-age classroom. So the younger children have the opportunity to really discover the classroom for themselves, but also have the guidance of the older children. When they get to the 3rd year in their cycle, they're able to mentor and take on leadership positions. They learn to collaborate with the other children. They get to be the youngest child, the middle child, the oldest child. So the children really have an opportunity to grow into many different roles. We nurture the spirit of the whole child, the whole person. This is a place where your child can come and be herself. This is a safe environment where she can discover her own talents, and he can find his place, his interests academically, but socially. We have a great sense of community here. There's just no other place like it. I feel privileged to be here every day.
I make sure that I greet the children every morning. I get to know every one of their names, all 250 children from the middle school up, because part of the philosophy is being able to connect with the child and being able to look them in the eyes and saying good morning and with their name. It really makes them excited and happy, and they feel welcome.
The biggest benefits, I think, that I've seen across the board with 3 of our sons that are here is they really promote a love of learning. Learning isn't in the style that I was taught when I was a kid, where it was, and memorization was a big thing. Love of learning is really important to them. So learning isn't something that is forced. It's something that's natural. It's part of everyday life, and it's really kind of led to very diverse interests on their part, which makes it fun.
The approach to the child in Montessori is unconditionally respectful. We make it our business to make sure that the children have a good sense of self and a good self-esteem. There is a big misconception about Montessori where parents believe that there is no structure, it's a free-for-all, it's random. There is a lot of structure in Montessori. It's just invisible to the children. They also meet often with the teachers one-on-one to discuss their accomplishments for the week and discuss what their plan is for the rest of the week. They learn to become responsible for what they have done.
Montessori is much more about the person that they're teaching than about what they're teaching. It has taught me to be a better person instead of just teaching me my multiplication facts.
So our children are learning about the environment. We've created an outdoor eco-living lab where we harvest the rainwater and throw it in a pond, and the water irrigates our gardens. Our middle school students maintain that pond and have a science curriculum built around it to learn about the ecosystem with a science teacher.
It's not as if we ever have the opportunity to teach children everything they're going to need to know. There's too much information out there, but what we're really looking is for them to know how to find the information that they need and then use it and turn it into knowledge. And then the best part about it is to take knowledge and turn it into wisdom, something that they'll have with them the rest of their lives. That's what's magical. That's the hands-on learning that goes into Montessori.
Parent interaction is crucial to the Montessori experience. Montessori is pretty much a way of life, and we as a school need to educate our parents with the philosophy, with the language we use, with our practices, so that they can bring it home. The goal here is to create a real relationship with our parents and a rapport. We want to be able to know our parents well so that we know the children even better. We want the parents to know us.
It's a beautiful and wonderful environment for these children to learn and to grow up and to discover who they are. It's supportive and it's loving, and we're really here at Turtle River, we're a big family.